So, in my last DIY video, I did say that I already planned a new project to start. And no, that was not me painting my carport. That is a project that I need to work on. I need to get that done. It has been 2 years. I just got the memories on Facebook. And I'm getting there. I'm not done yet, but I'm getting there. No. I'm standing in my new project. And I'm wondering if any of you kind of knew. Comment down below if you already guessed what my project was going to be. I kind of already started. But yeah, it's my entrance room. Standing in it right now. It's really not that big of a room. This is basically it. But it is still going to be a big task because there's so many things to do out here. Let me explain. If I start from my front door, this is what you see when you enter. So first off, on my left hand, I have the bathroom right here. And in front of me, the living room turning into the kitchen, going all the way around. And in here, my bedroom where I've worked for a really long time. And over here is basically where we keep everything. And I've noticed that in a lot of my bedroom videos, we have looked at this shelf. That is absolutely a temporary fix. So a lot has been going on out here. Everything out here is temporary, I'm telling you. Well, kind of temporary or in the process. So I did have it fixed up. But there were things out here that I never really did anything about when I first bought the house. So there wasn't a floor out here. It was just a concrete slab. And I didn't have a whole lot of money. And then my sister, she was so kind. She just saw a really good deal in a store. And she came and she was like, I got tiles for you. So these were tiles that my sister picked. And they were laid back in when I bought the house 16 years ago, I think, 2008. And something happened in the meantime. Cause I had a dream and these floors are not insulated. Yeah, it's just a cold room, so I wanted the floor up. I wanted to insulate it and have floor heating, and because of that, I kinda took out some of the tiles. Not kinda, I took them out. And now I have this kind of hole in my flooring. And I did contact a contractor to come and, give me an estimate. And he didn't. And then I kinda changed my mind. I still want to do it, but I kind of also don't want to do it for obvious reasons. It's our entrance room. You have to take up the entire floor. It's dirty, it's messy. How do we enter the house while we're doing that? It's costful, so many things. It's just, if I'm not doing it, it's just easier. I would really like it to have it done. But then I kind of thought, what if I lay down a entrance carpet? You know, those really rough ones? So I'm going to explore that to see if that's gonna work. There might be an issue with the door not being able to open if I have a thicker, it's not a regular carpet, it's one of those, it's like a coconut kind of thing. It's kind of rough, but I'm kind of hoping that it will insulate somehow so it's not as cold, freezing cold. But that, if I go with that option, I have to patch the floor again. I do have the same, I have a leftover well, I have some of these tiles in my attic, so it's not a problem. I just have to clean it up, and then start over. It's a few. Yes. Then I had another issue out here. So the corners were being knocked off. And damaged the wallpaper both on this corner right here and on the corner over here. As you can see, I have added this plastic something underneath, and then I've been mudding. But I also had an issue with the wallpaper out here. So when I first moved in, I thought somebody had already tried to patch corners and then added wallpaper. Remember I told you I have this really annoying sawdust wallpaper? You can see it over here. It's a very rough texture. I have a lot of layers of paint on here, so you don't really see how rough the texture is. But it's a pain to take off. But I thought that somebody had patched holes, because down this wall, the wallpaper was kind of overlapping weirdly in different places, and it looked really, really annoying and ugly. And so finally I thought, you know what, just I'm gonna peel it off. I realized there were no holes. They hadn't patched anything. That was just how they put it up. And that just led me to peeling down wallpaper, and also realizing that it was a really big task. And then I started experimenting with just modding on top of it. And that's what I did in my bedroom. And it works. So I'm going to mod on top of the rest of the wallpaper. I'm not gonna take it down. I'm just gonna mod on top of it. And then that gives me, you know, a challenge over here. Because this whole hole has to be, you know, I have to take everything out of here and then mud everything in there. And while I'm doing that, where am I placing all of this stuff? So I used to have a way prettier solution here. I used to have sliding doors with mirrors on them, but I used that for storage. And then over here was where I had jackets and shoes, and it came out to so far, so whenever you came through the door, you really felt cramped. And finally I was just fed up with it. Remember, I live in Scandinavia and Denmark, so especially in the winter time, we have so much out here. Coats, rainwear, snowwear, boots, rain boots, regular. We have so much. So it was too much. So I ended up removing my storage. Not quite all of it. I removed my storage from out here and moved my entrance kind of room in here. And that I want to, you know, make nicer. Because I realized a very important thing. So this room has two very, very important functions. It's my entrance room, as I'm talking about now. So we come in here. It is Scandinavia. It is Denmark. It rains a lot. So we need rain gear. And we are wet when we come home. We do have a dog. So we have practical things we need to keep out here. But it's also a very busy, we live in this house room. So we go to the toilet, we have to pass through here, and we have to go into my bedroom, so we pass through here. So it's actually a very busy room. And coming out here, I don't know how many times a day, and feeling like you're in a messy, dirty entrance room is kind of depressing. And it has taken me a while to realize that, but I finally realized I need to change that. I need to make this a really pretty room. And not just this is my entrance room. And right now I'm so embarrassed about my entrance room because I took out trim from the ceiling and I need to paint the ceiling. I took out wallpaper, I haven't sanded yet. I have been over here sanding and not painted. I have mudded here and I'm testing out paint samples. I don't have any trim around the door. I don't have any trim around the floor. It's a mess out here. This is absolutely a temporary fix and it looks horrible. And I have this really ugly yoga mat up there you can see as well. It's just, I need to make it look pretty. I want to keep a shelf up here, but a pretty shelf. I will do it in MDF, make it look like a bulkier, thicker shelf. Maybe add lights into it. I haven't decided that yet. My nephew is an electrician. Oh yeah, look at this. This light fixture is from 1988. It was in the house when I bought it, and because there is no outlet on the other side, and I kind of think that's something you have to have in Denmark. Anyway, the wires are just sticking out from the ceiling, so that needs to be fixed, and that's why I just left that lamp there. I didn't touch it. So I'm going to ask my nephew if he can help me do that. Put in a plug so you can actually attach a new lamp up there. So there's so many things out here to do. I already started on my shoe rack bookcase kind of thing here. So I made the end wall right here. It's still only primed. I need to paint it. I'm kind of thinking that this will be the wall color out here. I want to paint this I don't know, vanilla kind of white brownish color. Gray-ish. I wanted to match these because they're staying. And I want to add doors to all these openings. So in here, here, here. Not the bottom one, and up here. Then we have my dog. He's always hanging out on this shelf, which means that he pushes out the shoes. There's always a stack of shoes down here. So I'm sorry, Vigo, but you will have to find somewhere else to hang out. But I want to minimize what looks messy. So the mess can stay, I just can't see it. So I want to add doors for that. And I have a plan. I really want to start with that project. I'm not, because that bookcase is going to be so heavy to move around as soon as I add doors to it. I am going to start with taking all of this stuff out of this little nook and mud. I really don't want to do that. I don't want to move stuff around because it will be laying other places in my house. And I have this small house. I have said that so many times. I have this very small house. I don't want to do that. But I am going to do it. I hate that about, renovation processes and projects. It's just, that's the least fun part. I am taking down that shelf completely and adding something else. And maybe I'm going to put doors on up here as well. I don't know, depending on what I'm going to put up here, because I don't want to be seeing plastic containers up here. So I do have a lot to do out here. Actually, I'm going to build a cover for my radiator as well. So a lot of things are going on out here. And I'm excited about it and not excited. As projects, are. So yeah, that's the project. So stay tuned for that. And you know, as I've said before, it will take a while because there are no standard solutions. Oh, here comes my doggy. There are no standard solutions, and everything has to be on me and what solutions I can think up. So yeah, some of these are projects in themselves. But that's also the fun part. That's also the part that I like. I hate it and I like it. So yeah, I think that's just how it is. But yeah. You look, the way you can stare at me, who's like looking like that. Okay, but stay tuned.